What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Martin, aka Level, here, back today with another video. Now this time, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to react to BTS Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the official music video. So before we actually get into it, I do want to just kind of drop one thing really quickly. Usually when I do music video or the music reactions, I always do the behind the scenes footage, which we're going to do if there's any, which I'm sure there is. And I usually do deeper meaning videos that kind of explain what the song means and everything like that. Now, I was getting all these videos prepared, right? I did not find anything from DK about Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and I got nothing from Bookish Series. So if there is a video out there that you feel like does explain Blood, Sweat, and Tears well, leave it in the comment section down below. I will go back and react to it later. But when I don't see those two, I don't want to just click on anyone. I always want to ask you guys if there's particularly any reaction or deep dive video that someone has done to, whether it's a theory or whether it explains the video and the music well. I like to ask you guys for your opinions. So if there is one that you think I should watch, again, leave it in the comment section down below. But you are going to get the music video today, and then you're also going to get the behind the scenes footage. So this is this has been a long time coming, way too long, actually. And glad we're getting to it. I've always wanted to react to this. Should have probably done it many months ago, but that's okay. Better late than never, as I always say. So let's not waste some more time. Let's get right into it. If you guys could please hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help out the channel moving forward. Without any further ado, let's get into the music video. I'm excited. I'm actually excited for this one. 6 minutes long. That's a long music video. I'll kind of talk throughout it, but I'm not going to pause. We'll go back and kind of give you my opinions and points of views afterwards. Very interesting. They're like in a museum or something. Ooh, do y'all hear how beautiful but intense that music is? That's a interesting painting. Looks like a war's going on. He's so damn beautiful. Oh, they got him floating. Looks like he's on like a swing.
Sweeter than sweet, chocolate cheeks and chocolate wings. But no, you're not getting out my good. No, you're sweet up and beat up here. Kiss me, 아파도 돼. 어서 날 조여줘. 더 이상 아플 수도 없게. Baby, 취해도 돼. 이제 널 들이켜. 못 risky, no risky. 내 피땀 눈물, 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가. 피땀 눈물, 내 차가운 숨을 다 가져가. Want that money, 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 money. Want that money, 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 money. Want that money, 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 money. Want that money, money.
Very interesting them eating like that at that table. Them suits. It's a very interesting music video, bro. The visuals and the choreography, though. Kill Me Gently.
He too was a tempter. He too was a link to the second. The evil world with which I no longer wanted to have anything to do.
Is that Sugar playing the organ? Is that what it's called? It's not a piano. It's a beautiful sound, though. Something's got a hold of Jin, bro. Wow. Look at the wings. Reminds me of Black Swan, bro. Look how beautiful. I legit feel like I'm watching a movie right now. Ugh, look at his back. Looks painful. I know it's just makeup and fake, but it looks painful. Oh, there are two different flowers there. Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. If y'all don't mind, let's actually go back really quickly. And I just want to kind of point a couple of things out. Yeah, kind of right off the bat. Okay, so first of all, is there anybody else who got the sense of like religion? Like, I feel like, especially like with when he was playing I think it's called an organ. I think that's what it's called. When Suga's playing the organ. Is that what it's called? I'm going to feel so dumb. Let me look it up. We're doing this in real time. I'm going to look up what an organ is. Okay, so yeah, it does look like he was playing the organ. Which is pretty much like a fancy smancy piano, right? I mean, you can kind of probably see it there a little bit, not really. Especially when he was playing that, and there were some other couple of things that I kind of noticed in here that definitely gave me the sense of religion. Okay? And RM said something that makes me very curious. Right? Are they talking? No, surely they're not talking about. I don't think at first. I can't even lie. When he made the comment about he is also a tempter or something like that. At first, I thought they were talking about like good and evil. I think it's more than just good. I think they're good and evil does have something to do with this. But when he said he is a tempter, that made me know right there. I think in this music video, they're talking about temptation, right? There are some good and evil aspects to this music video, though. And it kind of starts right off the bat. When I think of like good and evil, one thing I always think of is like dark, and the darkness and the light. And in this case, I think we get it in that form of black and white, if that makes sense. We get a lot of interesting visuals throughout this entire music video, probably more than I'm used to. In this music video specifically, though, a lot of things just kind of stood out. Let's talk right off the bat. When Jin is staring at this painting, right? He's staring at this painting. At first, I can't even lie, I was looking at this and I thought it was just a painting. There appears to be some angels in this painting. You can see the wings here. You can see the wings there. You can see the wings up here as well. There is definitely a war going on. And I think this is a battle between angels and demons, if we're being completely honest. Here at the lower level, there are some weird looking creatures throughout all of it. I mean, you got the angels flying from above, attacking. This angel right here even has a sword. These animals are creature-like things. I'm assuming demons. And actually, now that I'm looking at this visual now, did anybody else recognize the dark black doorway and then the beautiful white doorway? Very interesting there. Jin is the one in particular who's drawn away. Everybody else kind of is focused on something else or has like a partner. Like, look at JK and RM back here. They're kind of buddied up together. Jimin and Suga are buddied up here together. And then you got V and J-Hope buddied up together. And that's very interesting to me. And Jin is the one that kind of takes notice of this painting, right? They're in a museum. And instead of paying attention to everything around them, they're kind of just focused on each other, or RM and JK are back here reading the book. I definitely think it's interesting that Jin was the one who was captured by the art piece and stuff like that. He's the only one drawn into it, which again, is he going through temptation right now? Or is it like them because they're not even focused? They're kind of drawn away. He's, reading the book. They're over here talking or gossiping. I definitely think that's interesting. I also definitely think it's interesting, this particular statue right here behind Jin. This dude has the head of somebody, and this dude has like horn-like things coming out of the top of his head, almost like what I would assume the devil. But they are holding this head, someone who definitely was beheaded, and they are holding it here. You also have the other pretty white statues in the background as well. This whole museum, beautiful, but I definitely get the sense of religion throughout this entire music video. And at first, like I said, I thought this was just a war going on, but I did notice the wings. We also saw V earlier had his wings clipped off, it looks like. Definitely looks like the temptation may have got to him, that he got his wings clipped, a fallen angel. I don't know. We'll get to that later as well. I also definitely see it in the back doorways here as well. You got that same statue that was holding the head, I'm assuming, of an angel. This demon back here on the far left, and on the far right, looks like you have a beautiful angel sitting over here on the right side. Again, that division between good and evil. So kind of just what I'm seeing, I don't know. Again, aside from the music video, if I see anything, I'll definitely point it out. The choreography for this music video is absolutely amazing as well. And I definitely love it. A work of art within its own. Kind of reminds me of Black Swan. You remember how in Black Swan, I said that it felt like they were moving like a swan? They were moving so elegantly like a swan does in the water, or just in general, right? And this one, it's funny that they're in a museum because the way that they're moving their bodies and the choreography is an art of its own. I mean, it definitely is a masterpiece for sure. It's definitely an art. What did JK just have here in his hand? A lollipop? What is that? What is this over here? It looks like, that's what it looks like. J-Hope actually kind of starts off with a lot of temptation as well. When he starts to rap, kiss me, it's okay if it hurts, just tighten me so quickly. That I can't even feel the pain anymore. And then I think he goes into talking to like, baby, it's okay if I get drunk, I'll drunk you deep now. I don't know if that's being translated correctly. A whiskey called you. So he definitely is dealing with temptation, whatever it is that just kind of get a hold of you, right? And I think we've all dealt with temptation like that, especially if people who suffer with like an addiction and stuff like that as well. I think we've probably known somebody. I definitely have, or at least from my experiences, I've known quite a few people who have just been tempted and addicted to like alcohol, for instance. And that temptation, man, that feeling that they definitely get from doing the thing that it is that they're addicted to or that tempts them, it definitely can stray you away, right? And kind of like, for instance, like with Adam and Eve, since I was talking about religion earlier, Eve was tempted by the snake to bite the apple. And actually, I think we see the apple in the music video, which is definitely interesting. Again, lots of visuals here that make me get that sense of religion, the good and evil aspects that come. And then it wasn't until RM brought up the whole like I am a tempter and that speech that he gave midways that I was like, okay, I think we're dealing with temptation. Right here's a good example as well. Whoever J-Hope is talking about, whatever is tempting him, he's okay with falling into it, right? Even if it hurts him, he's okay with it because maybe the sense of feeling or whatever is it feels good. I don't know whether it's good or bad. He is definitely being tempted here, and he is like kind of falling into that trap a little bit. Now with V here, and we kind of see it lifted off of him later. V is like trapped underneath this blanket, which by the way is beautiful as well. It kind of almost looks like flowing water over him. Either way, it's got him held down. He cannot get out, but he can interestingly see through this kind of like cape or like water or like just kind of covering that's over him. But he definitely cannot get out at all. And we see it lifted off of him later, and his wings are indeed clipped off. Okay, now I don't think that this is what this is at all, but I just found it interesting. It almost looks like we're sitting at the Last Supper here. But interestingly enough, I don't think that's what it is. Again, I just feel like I get that sense of religion. So these are all the things that kind of stand out to me. It does not by any means, if I'm completely wrong, don't come at me in the comment section, okay? Just kindly teach me, guide me. Y'all know I'm baby army, right? I'm still growing, so I have a lot to learn. But when I got this visual, especially because I already had that religious aspect in my mind, I definitely get the sense of like the Last Supper here. And it's funny how on each one of their plates is an apple. Again, kind of reminding me of that Adam and Eve aspect. Eve was tempted to bite the apple. They are dealing with that temptation right in front of them. They all each have an apple. It's kind of a sense like, who's going to bite their apple? It's not going to be me. I ain't going to do it. You going to do it? I ain't going to do it. Again, no snake in this music video, but no need. They were given the apple. It's up to them to decide. They get to decide for their own lives how they want to live it out. You know what I'm saying? Do they want to fall into that temptation or do they want to avoid it? And do their own things, not fall into it, but make decision. Either way, they have that decision to make on their own. He actually stands up to give the toast. And in the process of giving the toast, he's the only one who gets distracted, looks away, and it seems to be tempted by something, as if something's calling him, right? And we kind of got that sense earlier when everybody was leaving through this back door back here. He's the only one that stopped. And then V turns around, notices that he's kind of being called or something like that, covers his eyes and then uncovers them. And that beautiful statue with the big black wings is above him, hovering, or in front of him, kind of, I don't know, maybe calling him. I don't know. Again, we get more just here in the lyrics here of examples and just kind of showing how J-Hope and Suga are already captured by whatever it is that is tempting him. We get it here first with the homie J-Hope. He says, grab me tight and shake me up so I can't come to my senses. Kiss me on the lips, a secret between just us two, deeply poisoned by the jail of you. Whatever has him, yeah, it has a good hold of him. And so much, he's so deep into this temptation that he does not want to leave. He may be way too far in deep now that there's no escape, right? There's no sense of wanting to leave either. It doesn't seem like he wants to leave. Again, when that feeling, whatever it is that you're addicted to or tempted by, when you finally have it, when you finally get it, the feeling, the sense of euphoria that you get from it is absolutely, truly amazing, especially if it's if it feels good, right? If you're enjoying the reaction that you're getting from whatever it is, you don't ever want to give it up. Very interesting that they say here, the grail was poisoned, but I drank it anyway. Again, even when they knew it was bad, they still, fell under temptation. They still gave into it. And even when they knew it was bad for them, in this case, it was poisoned, they gave into it. So very interesting indeed. So maybe that's what they were talking about with that scene at the table when Jin was given the toast. It seems like everybody else may have drinking that whatever it was in that cup. In this case, maybe poison. Jin was straight away. He was called by something else to maybe not fall into that temptation. This visual right here, as Jimin is holding the apple in his hand and Suga is holding the blindfold. Very interesting there. Kind of interesting indeed. It kind of looks like they're going through their own temptations. And I definitely think it's funny here, now that I'm kind of piecing it all together. Speaking of the homie V, earlier we see his wings again, and I mentioned earlier, kind of as if he was like a fallen angel. Maybe he gave into that temptation, maybe punished by God. I don't know, that he got his wings clipped. We actually see him fall and jump right here. Maybe he's falling from heaven. Again, a fallen angel. We actually see him fall here. Maybe this is the point where he gave into the temptation, got his wings clipped, and was sent down. And in the aspect of religion, maybe from heaven to earth, because of giving into that temptation, he was punished, banished. I don't know, got his wings clipped. It sure makes it seem that way, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I definitely just get that sense of religion throughout this entire music video, bro. I definitely think it's interesting here as well. Now, in my religion, in my case, I'm a Catholic, we are all baptized. This is what that kind of looks like. Now, for some people, this may just seem like a little fountain here. When you get baptized at a church, a lot of the times when you get dunked into the church, there's little baths just like this. And J-Hope is maybe upset. Maybe he's upset with himself. Again, earlier we see him able to look at the reflection in the water. Maybe he gets that sense of himself. Maybe he's fallen to that temptation. He's come back here to maybe become baptized, right? Hoping to be forgiven of the sins or the temptation that he's fallen into, maybe something like that. And he's frustrated here. He's hitting the water. Maybe it doesn't work for him, right? Because maybe he's already maybe done too much damage by this point, that the fact that he's already given into it, even stepping into this water, being baptized, maybe being born again isn't possible for him because he's just way too deep. Maybe he's done too much damage that there is no saving him. He feels like, you know what I'm saying? And again, I could be wrong, but again, just kind of bringing up that religion aspect. When you go to get baptized at a church, some churches, and I've been to a lot, the tubs that you get baptized in almost look exactly like this. Now, as they start to put the blindfold on Jimin, it does say can't resist it anyways. Can't run away anymore. Can't even run away anymore. Sorry. He is literally being held on to this door. Even if he wanted to try to fight to get away, he's blinded, right? Maybe this temptation has taken an effect on him that he can't even see the good anymore. The bad is starting to consume him so much. The evil is starting to consume him. He feels like maybe so much that it's blinded him from seeing the truth, maybe from seeing the good again, right? And it's got definitely a hold on him for sure. And he's not able to go. He tries what it looks like to break free. He wants to break free. It seems like he's putting up a decent fight. But no matter what, it's just will always have a hold of him, or always have that part of him. No matter what, it'll always be there. Now, I am somebody who definitely grew up in the church pretty frequently, weekly. I actually, as a member of the Catholic Church, I definitely got my confirmation. I got baptized. I had my first communion, things like that, all the way up till I got my confirmation when I was in high school. So I'm definitely used to hearing these sounds, like from Suga, what we're about to hear playing the organ. This spot right here is where actually I felt like I was in church. This is where I actually got the sense of that religion, the good and evil in this song. Look how passionately he's playing it too. next part is very interesting here for me as well. I definitely think it's interesting how, as all of them ran, again, I'm not exactly sure if there's one or two sides. Again, just remember, I think if I'm gonna be correct, this is like some sort of evil over here, some demon or something. I'm not exactly sure. And then I'm assuming some angel, maybe a saint on this side. They all run through the door and they all go in the direction of the angel, it seems like. Right here, again, I don't know if Jin's being tempted, but he does stop as if, again, maybe whatever it is that's tempting him, it calls to him. I don't exactly know. V takes notice of this. And what's interesting is, of all people, V definitely has that smile on his face. He's covered his eyes. And then we see the statue here with the big black wings on it, the beautiful big black wings on it. I don't know if V is the one tempting Jimin, or maybe at least showing him the consequences or what can happen to those that are tempted, because we do see V's wings cut off, and maybe he shows him what it is to, how beautiful it is to have those wings. I don't exactly know. Before maybe he falls into that temptation and gives up everything maybe in his life that's positive or beautiful. He doesn't want him to regret that decision of falling into that temptation. I don't know exactly sure. And again, I just want to bring this up. I know this is just makeup here. It's fake. This looks very painful. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. This looks kind of disgusting a little bit, but I like the effect that it has. Gives me kind of goosebumps just kind of looking at it, if we're being completely honest. But definitely this, for any angel to get his wings clipped, and I hate that he feels that way, but I imagine it's a very painful process. It's like if you were to cut the wings off of a bird, it's just the pain that bird would feel having to have its wings clipped. And I don't by any means wish that upon any bird or any person or anything, or any animal or whatever. The wings off, or any angel out there, for God's sake. Yeah, it's got to be super painful. But despite the pain, V actually smiles here. Now we start to see the color kind of flow through these cracks on the statues. That is not English. Does anybody know what this says up here? I have no idea, but if anybody knows, definitely leave that comment in the comment section down below. But anyways, as Jin makes his way over to the mirror here and takes a look into the mirror, we start to see more cracks form into the statues. We start to see even cracks breaking on the statues, and we start to see that crack maybe kind of form into Jin. Now, I definitely think this could mean two different things. This could maybe be the damage being caused by the temptation of giving into it. These are the effects that it's having on his body. Or maybe he's already fell into that temptation and he's becoming someone new underneath. And that new Jin, that beautiful Jin that's forgiven himself for falling into that temptation, who has realized that even though this will be with me the rest of my life, I'm not going to let it slow me down. It'll always be a part of me. This is me. This is who I am. I'm not going to be held into this jail, into this, I'm not going to be held on by the temptation anymore. I am breaking free. Maybe that is the crack that we're seeing on his face, is the Jin within, the new Jin starting to break free. I have no idea, but you guys will have to let me know in that comment section down below. Remember, if there is any deeper meaning videos that you guys want me to check out, definitely leave those comments in the comment section down below. But I'm actually going to upload this video by itself, because we've already hit at about 40 minutes for me to have to edit, and then I will do the behind the scenes videos separately. So that's gonna go and do right there, folks. Make sure to hit that comment, hit the like, or make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help out the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.